What's up, guys? It's Black and back with some more Raggle action. This time we're going to jump down into minions because we have the two players who are probably going to be the top 1 and 2. It's going to be a fight right here, right now, to see who gets top 1 seed. And in the bottom left, it's going to be Duke Bones playing as Ukraine. He was in Masters. Unfortunately, his elo slipped just a little bit, and some returning players like Happy, Bane, and I think some others had a little bit better elo, so he got pushed down back into Masters, or Minions rather. And then up here, making his first Raggle appearance, it's Nightingale. That is, of course, not new. He is playing as Russia. Both these players were very similar in color, so I had to auto-correct Duke Bones, get him into a more campaign color green. It looks like he's going to go for a War Factory Rush. He does like his War Factory Rush, or it looks like he's just actually going for a Rough first defeating Barracks. That's actually quite interesting. On a map with not a lot of starting ore, like this map, which is, of course, Pleasant Plains. We saw this last week with Bane and Ups. Yeah, I think that's who played. I can't remember anymore. But on a map with less starting ore like this, I don't know if going ref first is great. I mean, you're going to get a little extra cash, but that means you're going to also burn through your cash a little bit quicker. So it's going to be interesting how it plays out. Looks like he's following up with an engineer. Not new, of course. I think he liked going rifle first and then getting his engineer out. Just always make sure oil derrick nice and safe. And he's got quite a few scouts out, so yeah, not new. His first Raggle season. He's looking pretty strong so far. I think he was definitely favored going in. So is Duke Bones. So once again, this is going to be kind of the show match to decide who gets one, even though this is way early in the season. But not new. He's got some interesting playstyles, some perks that he's been working through. He's kind of been researching a lot into like how Lorry Driver played, how Goat played, people like that, and kind of try to build off that a little bit. So see how much he can incorporate into his gameplay here. Looks like he just went for a standard double ref build, nothing too fancy so far. Doesn't look like he is microing the harvesters or anything like that, but again, that's not so bad. Duke Bones, looks like he went into a War Factory first after that ref first. So it's definitely a kind of weird build order here. It looks like I see some Grens here. Yeah, I do see some Grens. Not new. Unfortunately, not going to get the scout off there. Great scout position there from Duke Bones. So these Grens could do some damage, but looks like not new. Completely aware of it. He's got his infrastructure nice and clustered around his power plant and his MSV, so it's kind of what you expect on this map. I mean, you can have him here in case they want to go for an oil derrick type, but that's kind of rare. And with the scouting that Not New has, that's going to be increasingly unlikely. Unfortunately, no scouts on where this APC is going to come, but, well, there's 4 rockets there. Yeah, that APC will probably get through unless it takes a bad path around this War Factory. We'll have to see unless it changes it. First rocket's going to go off. Does not get crushed. That's unfortunate. Second rocket misses. Not new. Unfortunately, his infantry went around the bear, or his MCV, and then APC is actually going to get out scot-free. So Duke Bones, I know he does like to scout with his early vehicle like this, and that's, you know, it's not a bad thing at all. It lets you exactly know what Not New is doing, and which in this case is just double ref. Third ref's coming online. Went APC first, so that harvester is going to be out. Just a little bit more delayed, but that's totally fine. See that SD comes out for Duke Bones, and that's a little interesting. He's on 3 harvesters, now 4 harvesters, so just about on par right there. APC gets caught here in the back. Does not get that last little kill on the rifle. So unfortunately, big loss there. 1,400 to 400. So it looks like Not New lost maybe a rifle and a rocket to that APC. But yeah, losing all those Grens and the APC, that kind of sucks. But again, nothing too crazy going on. Both players being really passive so far. Or Not New is being really passive so far. And then now Duke Bones is going to be more passive. Got a heavy tank out, which is nice, so he's going heavy tank first, and that's a little interesting. Yeah, the placing this ref over here probably hurt him in the long run. He's got a third ref coming out here, so kind of a divergent build order. It looks kind of similar to something that I'm doing this season, but we'll have to see. Some scouts going right here. Good pullback from Duke Bones. Unfortunately, that rifle is not in the center subsail, so it's going to take forever to kill that rifle. But he's doing the right thing there, trying to force fire. But unfortunately, just lucky positioning there. He's going to come back in with a second scout. You know, he should be able to win this time. It's going to actually be pretty close, especially with this APC here. But he gets it, and then APC kills him. So that could be suspicious. If you see your opponents trying to hard deny your scouting like that, you may be thinking that they're trying to do an early push or something like that, or just have an army that you don't want you to see. So Duke Bones going to move out his army with his MSV. I mean, it's absolutely the correct decision. probably should have a flame tower just queued up and placed right here preemptively. This is a very common area of attack right here. It's so easy to just snipe the harvesters or just cut off the ores since it's really well protected with these ridges. Ref's gonna come out for him in just 4 seconds. Not new, already ahead on the ref, and he's moving out his MCV again. I do like this, and I do like that he is not making the common mistake of double ref expanding. Build up some eco. You got 3 harvesters on here, your eco's gonna be fine for a while. He's floating a little bit, or he's dry a little bit, but as soon as these harvesters actually start pulling in, he'll start floating real quick. So you really don't need that second ref as quickly. You know, drop a few barracks right here to get your reinforcements in a quicker rally, and then go to that ref after, you know, 1 or 2 racks and a power plant or something like that. Kaboom's gonna come down here, try to do a sneaky expansion on this down bottom ore patch. That's a little interesting. I think more common is like we saw last week where you go up and down. I think ups also tried to do this against Bane. I cannot remember last week. That's crazy. But I remember whoever it was in this position tried to do the same thing and it did not turn out so well. So we'll have to see if it works out for Duke Bones this time. He's got a pretty big armor right here. And that HC is doing some fancy scouting. I mean, I do like this, but you've got to really stay on top of this. And I mean, yeah, fortunately he's going to catch that army. Was totally on top of it. HC is going to go down. Not new. Looks like he was also trying to do a similar thing. His MC is going to get caught, pushed back. I mean, yeah, I guess if you're already taking this and you can take this, sure, that's going to, you know, give you more than 50% of the map. But it's a very bold move, and he does not have a whole lot of army there. In fact, he's rotating his entire army, which is probably a bad decision. Harvester going to go down because it didn't get pulled away far enough. And yeah, Duke wants to just come in. He might get trapped here, but I think he's going to have a really good engagement, actually. First heavy tank going down, that's not great. Now he's going to get forced back. I'm not sure what his units were targeting there. They just didn't really do a lot of damage to anything. Wonder if he was on a move command or something like that, and I missed it. But second heavy tank goes down, and this infantry presence is going to get cleaned up. One more heavy tank in the back, but it's going to go on a flanking mission. Same time, there's some little poke over right here. Duke Bones coming back with some more rockets, but not New's going to be here. He's got the defense support, so this is not going to go so well for him. He's pushing in with his heavy tank there, but it's going to go down. As soon as that goes down, that's a time to get out of dodge. He's going to kill a heavy tank, which, you know, I guess it trades him up, but yeah, with defense support there, and he's going to run into a flame tower down there. Yeah, he's going to return down to the bottom. That's probably going to be better. Another engagement from here from not new. Huge concave. Could absolutely squash that from Duke Bones, and Duke Bones is he's in a lot of trouble right now. Combat army it's only 5-ish K ahead, but I guess for minute 7 that's kind of significant, and it does not seem like he has a whole lot of army at all. He has a little bit of attachment back there, which is nice, but yes, if not new just combines these 2 tanks and pushes in right here, that could be pretty good. Oh, last rocket gets that. Oh, and there is an MCV capture, and it's gonna happen. He's got an engineer there. We've seen the counter capture before, but Duke Bones is building Tesco. All right, that's great. That's gonna be a nice little thing. Kills the engineer. That's perfect too. I see a huge army from not new on the radar there. We'll have to check in that in a second. It's like this Tesco is just gonna slowly poke at that radar. Not new is just now figuring it out. Yep, there you go. Gonna attack move, but now there's a flame tower, and that's not great either. Doesn't get a whole lot of burst yet, but we'll have to see. Not New's gonna push in here. That's a lot of army. It could actually be really bad if he tries to push in here. Looks like both players lost their harvesters and flame towers too. That's funny. But yeah, Not New has overwhelming presence here. It's gonna clean this all up from Duke Bones. His tanks are stuck in the back too, which is not great. And looks like this MCV is gonna get cleaned up rather than pushed away, because a lot of players are gonna have struggle doing that. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. It's so tiny there that these units are trying to rally around. And yeah, that oil there, and if he kept those there, that'd be really good, but he's actually going to pull it back, and he probably should, just because his SD is going to go down. I mean, that SD, there's no way you're going to save that. Looks like the MCV gets sold up there, and an engineer's left. MCV is moving in the bottom right. I see that sneaking away, so that's nice. Unfortunately, he doesn't have an MCV here, and that's kind of the problem, is this is a lot of his infrastructure. Duke Bones also completely broke right now. Still good on power, but yeah, he's going to lose his war factory. He's going to lose a lot of his barracks production. A few rifles just poking away in that old Eric, now it's gone. Yeah, there goes the war factory, and now he's going to have some power problems in just a second here. Not new, just rallying everything and killing it. I would probably just assault move. It's going to end up pretty much the same, but these last 4 rockets of Duke Bones going to go down. And Duke Bones is in a very precarious situation here. Not New has definitely map control. He's got quite a large army just queuing back there, and Duke Bones is on basically 1 ref with 4 harvesters and 3 racks. No war factory. He's got 2. I guess he has some refs up here. He's got 2 MCVs, which is nice, and it doesn't look not new as where this MCV snuck away, but yeah, this is not enough to save this, although, you know, getting a free heavy tank like that is great. He's gonna have to reposition over here and attack it across the Aura. Probably a great idea. Do like that. But Duke Bones moving that army out, I don't like that. Probably should be hanging around here and pull those harvesters back. Getting a decent engagement there, but as soon as that heavy tank gets in position, yeah, he's gonna get forced back. Harvester's gonna go down for sure. Second harvester going down. And now Duke Bones has no armor presence, so all these infantry are just gonna get slaughtered. Here's some flame towers happening. Looks like it was down in the bottom right. Yep, we got another base push going on over there. Flame tower goes down, but these flame towers are getting some work in. Last heavy tank gonna go down. Oh, that flame tower, absolutely brutal. He's gonna get even more. Yeah, he's gonna focus on the ref. I mean, that's not a bad idea. Probably should have just backed out and killed the ref from here, but that's all right. Flame tower gonna push there. Second MCV for Duke Bones is going down, and this is all of his eco once again. He has no eco down here except for 1 harvester. That's not gonna cut it. Yeah, this is looking pretty good for not new. I like this, poking with a power plant just out of range. Gonna kill a rocket too, because why not? And he's actually gonna take a decent engagement here just because he had defender's advantage, but yep, this is all folding down for not new, and this is his game to lose at this rate. I would not expect this to go on much further. Duke Bones does have a war factory out, but he's been broke for quite a while. The earning graphs isn't too bad. I guess this is when he lost his main base and everything, but you know, still pretty bad overall. Combat definitely tells the story there. You know, 68 to 33. That's pretty good. And there is the GG. So game 1 is going to Nightingale. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Nightingale looked looking really good. It's pretty solid. No real big mistake. Lost an MCV there. That was kind of a little blunder there, but you know, quickly recovered and didn't turn out so well for Duke Bones. So we'll jump into game 2.
Battle control initialized.
All right, we are back for game 2. We are on Overlook. This time Nightingale is Germany and Duke Bones is UK. Not so big of a fan of UK since they lost the phase transport. Gap gen is good. Mobile gap gen it's fine, but phase transport is just so good, especially with Tanya. We're on Overlook from I Like Men. I believe I already said that. My brain's just going 100 miles a minute. Unfortunately, it's going 100 miles a minute in the wrong direction, just like my mouth. But, you know, we'll work on it. I'm not a big fan of this map, and I don't know why. I just have a horrible record on this map, I guess. Even though I haven't played it a whole lot. It's just, I don't know. You got your double mine expansion here, double mine expansion here. You got a nice gem mine to start, which is kind of cool. I like the oil derricks, that's interesting. This comm center is just, I mean, kind of worthless. There's nobody's ever gonna like really move an army through here. The best case it can do is protect an army that's moving across here after you lose an oil derrick, but it's whatever. You got this little 1 mine or patch right here. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I guess Soviets kind of struggle on this map since it's so large and or at least tall. They really struggle to rotate with their slow tanks and everything. Allies medium tanks can get across just that much faster, which means if they're reinforcing from like their base with the tanks, they're just gonna have that much more time to, you know, push afterwards. Where Soviets are just gonna be waiting and waiting and waiting. But you know, maybe it's just me. I don't know. Soviets are in an early weird spot in my opinion. They're, for whatever reason, this new patch that we have, this new release words. This new release, Soviets just, they feel like they're struggling, and I'm not sure why, but maybe it's just me. I'm also extremely rusty, so that could be a big factor too. Duke Bones got a single rifle down here, try to cut off, not use engineer, I do like that. I pretty much always send a rifle here, and I don't think I've ever got an engineer, even though I've seen the engineer multiple times, it's just somehow, the engineer gets away from me, but it'd be like that sometimes. Oh, these engineers' rifles are actually stopping the perfect amount short, so this could actually work. Got some spectators in here. Looks like Yara and Fazar. Yeah, they're talking about the color. Originally, the color for Duke Bones was super similar to this, so I had to change that. So we don't have to deal with that, but they had to deal with it. I saw briefly how their colors looked before, and it was an actual nightmare to try to figure out who was who. Engineer is going to come in, and it looks like that rifle did get killed while I was talking about nonsense. Sometime Duke Bones gonna get his oil derrick nice and safe. Got plenty of rifles there. It's a very interesting war factor position from Nightingale. It's very far back, so he's gonna get more harvesters on here, which I guess is fine, but it's gonna take a little while to get here. And I do like to just let this gem mine grow and harvest this first. Ore is more dense, so you're gonna get more money this way in the long run. Where and letting this grow will get you more like quick cash. So I guess maybe I should do the opposite. I don't know. Not new rolling out with a light tank. Doesn't look like he has a ranger on the field yet. Not sure if he's gonna build a ranger, and it looks like he's not since he is going for SD before his second Rex. Duke Bones on the other hand, he's got 4 harves coming out, so he probably did a War Factory first build, but he does have 3 rough skins, so I'm not sure. Not new, gonna push in, kill this oil derrick. Not a bad idea at all. You know, killing it 3 minutes in, it's gonna just deny all that eco for the late game if you killed that much earlier. And now you can kind of see, you know, this comp center does kind of help a little bit right here. If without that oil derrick, you know, you still retain that advantage. Oh, light tank not getting the good crushes was just on the wrong side. That could have been really good. All the rockets were pretty much stacked in the back. But yeah, losing an early light tank, not great, especially with the way the meta is now, where light tanks are pretty good, and you can just kind of build them and ignore medium tanks for a long time. Very preemptive pillbox there for Duke Bones. I mean, I guess this is a very common angle of attack on this map. You don't see a whole lot of attacks this one. I guess it's because you probably expand here first, where this one's less, I think, but expanding this one is probably actually better in the long run. But again, what do I know? I'm just a old has-been that's still playing in Masters somehow. Yeah, not new, not marking his harvesters right here, so they're wigging out a little bit, going and very much instantly cleared that gem mine. He does have a nice flip because of that, but you know, his eco is actually hurting now that he has 2 idle harvesters. But at the same time, he is going to expand this way and can probably just move those 2 harvesters off really quickly rather than, you know, the 5 extra seconds it takes for him to drive over here. No medium tank out from him yet, and that's because Duke Bones went with the medium tank first, and he's going to try to push here, but great scouting again with that light tank, and once again, great reaction time there. Doesn't lose it just because it was on a move command and forgot about it. So he's going to be totally prepared for that, even had a pillbox. Yeah, that attack from Duke Bones not going to be great. I would like to see him kill the oil derrick as a consolation prize, and looks like Not New is agreeing with me on the comp center. It doesn't even need it. Instantly going to move out his MCV. That is bold. I would recommend at least a rifle scout, and he kind of has them over here, but, you know, scout the direction your MCV is going to go. You know that Duke Bones doesn't have a light tank, or he doesn't have more light tanks after the first one you killed, you should think, but you should always be wary of just somebody, you know, keeping a light tank on assault move, or not assault move, aggressive stance. Just park it where you expect an MCVB, and if you're not escorting it with anything, then it can easily die to just 1 light tank, 1 flak. I don't think I've ever seen a ranger kill an MCV, but, or at least not a hunted down one. Maybe like one that was heavily wounded and it just ran it down, but same thing with an APC. I don't think I've even seen an APC kill it in a single building once. Duke Bones looks like he rotated all of his army down to the bottom, and it looks like he did a similar thing, just blind expanded the MCV. That's a little bit more than a Bane MCV, but not as aggressive as Bane MCV. Those are typically expanding towards your opponent or past your opponent just to drop a turret. That's what I think of when I think Bane MCV. Both players having armies completely on the opposite side. Not New has quite a lot here, but all of his rockets are up in the top. That could actually be really deceiving when you want to attack. You think you have this nice good concave, but all of your anti-armor's up here and all of his tanks are on this side, then you actually are going to lose that engagement. But Duke Bones coming down here. I like this angle, attacking across the aura. That's going to cut past the defenses. That should be really good. And he's got 1 little tank on a little flank over there. Not New responded with a harvest, or light tank rather, but Duke Bones going to go in. Unfortunately, his tanks are not in the back, but he's going to push off that ref and then MCV, which is going to be nice. Lost a little bit more than he should have with that pillbox and just tanks being in the back, but that's alright. He got a pretty easy win there. Not New instantly pulls back. I like that he is not setting everything this time. Looks like he is maybe expecting an attack on his back flank there. You can just build a wall right here and that will shut down any flank in the back. Build another wall right here, and then now it's like if they come back here, then they're trapped. Light tank is going to see that medium tank moving in, and Not New is going to respawn, but you should know that it's just the 1 tank. You know, I guess the more assets, since they're right there, you can just send everything. But looks like he's actually barely going to get it. Yep, last rocket gets it. And there's Duke Bones killing the oil in the middle. I do like that. Just returning the favor. Not New got a lot more extra money just because he killed it a lot sooner, but maybe you like that sometimes. Another player up to radar tech, it looks like. Since this map is so big, a second war factory is kind of nice. Like right here, just that cuts your reinforcement paths down so much. You got the Rags and war factory here, and suddenly like you're halfway across the map pressing your enemy base. The medic's actually saving one of those rockets twice. That's pretty big there, but fortunately that pillbox still got its value. Barrack's gonna go down. That was just a weak scout for not new. This NCV is kind of precariously placed. Not new is running into the problem that I have now, is he's gonna be stuck on this 1 ore patch and he needs to expand again because your money is going to dry up. Whereas Duke Bones look like he's got a healthy amount there. He's got a ref here and a ref here, so yeah, his eco is gonna be in really good shape. And this attack from not new is gonna run into a lot of Duke Bones' army. He's gonna make a good choice to retreat there. And he's got a lot here. Duke Bones is kind of balled up, so this is probably going to be pretty bad for him, but I think Not New is going to take a lot of losses. Just because there is a lot of assets there for Duke Bones. Duke Bones actually going to now engage into this. That could totally change the way this scenario goes. Not New getting his medium tanks in front, and Duke Bones is going to struggle with a lot of his medium tanks from the back. And Not New taking a pretty good engagement, got really good crushes there. That's a tank graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he lost a lot of tanks there just from Duke Bones, but I mean, he's got a lot going on. A little attack back there, got cleaned up. Looks like it was probably just another tank flank. Take a look at tank count, 8 to 7. So, yep, tank counts are good. A lot of mechanics right here, but now Duke Bones has not a whole lot of army at all. He needs to get that rally point right there, which he does have, which is great. He's going to send that back to the SD. I mean, you got 5 mechanics there. Just leave it there, bud. But there's going to be a lot of pillbox just absolutely slaughtering that infantry. Medium tank going down. That's going to actually deflect Not New for a while. Looks like he snuffed out this army maybe in the top because he's rotating back up there. Maybe he's just scared of the 5 pillboxes there. Does get a little flank onto this harvester, but unfortunately they were on a move command, and these medics and mechanics are actually just going to go and tackle those guys. This is interesting. So Not New rotating through the middle now. That could actually be really good. He's going to have a soft target here. There's no MCV support, so Duke Bones is going to be in a little bit of trouble. He's actually quite heavily split too. Not New is pretty deathbally. He's got 1 Q refilling in that top attack, and he's going to attack here in the back. And once again, Duke Bones is kind of in a bad position. He's going to lose a tank, and Not New is going to completely collapse on this. The second war factor is not long for this world. Same time, this stack over here is it's doing okay. There's a lot of pillboxes that he's going to have to push through, and there's only 2 tanks left. That could be pretty bad. But Not New is getting pushed off, and that MCV is actually gonna it's not gonna get killed. It's gonna get away. Duke Bones actually gonna somehow push that. At the same time, Duke Bones is losing down here, so we're kind of trading spots. Oh, he's gonna go up to the top. He should actually gone down. There is a pillbox there, but he's gonna get it eventually. Yes, elite units are pretty strong. I see radar out for Duke Bones. That is nice, but Not New has so much mass here, and Duke Bones, yeah, he has to rally up back here. Oh, that's unfortunate. He's not killing that barracks, and he's going to lose a few more units there. Going to kill off that last harvester, and suddenly Duke Bones is in worse economic shape, but he's still in better economic shape than Not New, who has pulled off all of his harvesters, going to get those back to working. But yeah, he has no expansion right now, which is not great. Now he's going to come down here, clean that power plant up, that barracks up, and probably shouldn't post anymore. Maybe get some medium tank support. Just rotate that army back. No reason to waste him into a pillbox and a bunch of units. But he's going to try to go on a flank. Unfortunately, the pillbox is going to chip off a lot of that armor. Same time, see, if you just have that wall right here, Not New would not have been able to attack. Unfortunately, these scouts actually might reveal this attack a little preemptively. There is artillery there. That could be really bad. Let's see how good this artillery shot is. That was pretty good. That one's going to be fantastic. Oh, yeah. You'll love to see it. That one's going to unfortunately miss, but gets the harvester, gets the ref, and he's going to get out there. He probably should stop and get that SD to see if he wants to go for it or not. Do you like this? He's trying to screen with his medium tanks a little bit, and he is going to get that SD because he goes back and forth. See if he can get that army out. Unfortunately, he's going to run into a pillbox, which is going to cut down a lot of his infantry. Lucky positioning there on the tank. And very similar thing trying to happen over here on that side. I think that was that infantry detachment. Not New just cleaned it up completely. Oh, he's going to run into the top here, and Duke Bones doesn't have any units there. Got a barrack, so you can switch that rally point, but Not New could actually maybe kill this NCV if he's lucky. He's going to try for it, and I think he's got a good chance at this. I mean, it shouldn't go down. Duke Bones can just mechanic it, but he's not undeploying it. It's going to be very, very close, actually. Undeploys it. It goes down. I'm sure he's going to build a mechanic. He's got to build a mechanic. If he doesn't build a mechanic, I'm going to be super disappointed. Still not building a mechanic. There it is. All right. Thank you, Duke Bones. Anytime his allies, just build mechanics. I mean, build a mechanic for that medium tank, because why not? Pay $500 for an $850 unit? Please do. Gonna get that MCV back. Perfect. Redeploy. Get that repair bar on it. Get right back to work. Love to see it. Nanu has his army right here. He needs to get those tanks repaired, though. He's kind of floating back. He's got another expansion out here. He needs to expand again. His eco is probably pretty bad. It's been pretty broke for a while. And yeah, you could absolutely see the difference here. Duke Bones, that was when he lost his expansion, but you can see how much economic lead he had, and he's already re-expanded there. He's got an SD back out too, and he is on radar. He's got a Black Hawk out. Not New is also on radar. That could make a big difference whoever gets tier 3 first. Both these players, I think, are not too big on tier 3 players. But at the same time, like, you know, Tanya is a force multiplier. These light tanks being very expensive scouts to find out that Nanu has a lot of his army there. Duke Bones, on the other hand, has a huge army down here. And yeah, he's actually almost double Nightingale's value right now. I don't know how Nanu's going to defend this. If these medium tanks get in the front, he'll be fine. If they don't, that could actually be a big problem. But he's going to rotate, but his army is going to be really slow. Medium tank is in front of one, but unfortunately, that second pillbox is getting good target, and there's target fire, so that's nice too. But this MSV is in a lot of trouble. As long as Dukebone goes out this way, he'll be fine, but this bridge could come into problem. Killing off all the rocks there with the Blackhawks too is nice, but oh, it's actually going to kill the MSV that goes down first. Oh, that artillery, let's see how good it can be this time. It's shooting on the wrong targets right now, see if he can readjust. Oh, there's two of them too. Oh, that one's going to be so good as soon as they get on there. Huge swath of infantry just dying. Another huge swath of infantry just dying. More going down. Oh my god. Those artillery shots are just so brutal, and that tank is completely on the wrong side. Yeah, Duke Bones absolutely cleaned that up, and Notnu's going to go ahead and GG. I think that was the correct decision there. That attack went horrible for Notnu, or rather the defense went horrible. That attack went pretty much picture perfect. You got to be careful, you know, just the way the pathing wants around. Yeah, the colors had you choose. They had me confused too, but that's why I had to change them. But yeah, so these two players split. That is gonna make it a very interesting showdown for this series, this season. I think Duke Bones has a lot of more games to play still, whereas Notnu has pretty much ended his season. And, you know, we pretty much know where he's gonna finish, like in his game wise, unless I think he has like 1 or 2 games left, and if he randomly drops those, then you know, it could make a big difference. But yeah, we'll see y'all next week.